in voter turnout. In 2016, there were 62% turnout, but this year, 51%. So it's almost a 10% drop in the Western Cape. Talk to us, how are things going? A rainy day there behind you in Cape Town.
Well, a very good morning to you, Sakina and Leanne. I must say you've been doing a good, magnificent job in this rolling coverage that you've been bringing us, this wall-to-wall coverage. We really appreciate it, guys. Well, I am here in Cape Town this morning. This is the Cape Town taxi rank. It is used as also a train station, a minibus station. Hundreds and thousands of commuters here in Cape Town use this bus station to travel to their workplaces. Well, in Cape Town, especially we're in Khayelitsha yesterday, it's known for its voter apathy. It's amongst especially the youth. This is because of the issues that they are grappling with, like the housing crisis that I spoke to you about, the high unemployment rate, the rampant crime that is riddled the city of Cape Town. So most people do not see the need to vote. But again, another interesting factor yesterday, there was huge heavy rainfalls and a very cold weather, so most people used it as a public holiday to just sit back and not go. In one of the public polling stations that we went to, the presiding officer was telling us that every time there were heavy rainfalls, they would see a drop in numbers, and then when the rain has subsided, they would see more people coming through to come and cast their ballots. So maybe in the issue of Cape Town, we might attribute it to the bad weather that affected the people there yesterday. Well, today I am here at the taxi rank. Hundreds of thousands of people use this taxi rank to ferry themselves and commute to and from work. This is about the spatial unjust planning of the apartheid system that I spoke to you about yesterday. Most people have to travel from their township to here in Cape Town. They are dropped off by the minibus taxis to go to their workplaces. This is one of the electioneering campaigns that was used by most political parties to say they will solve the housing crisis that has embattled Cape Town, with the Patriotic Alliance coming very extreme to say they will scrap off the city of Cape Town City Stadium to build low-cost housing. The Good Party as well, Brett Heron, was very vocal in that as well to say they need to build low-cost houses here in the inner city. In the DA as well, we saw a contradiction within the party, John Steenhuisen saying they might scrap off the lush green golf course house fields to build low-cost houses for the people. So the issue of houses in Cape Town is a big issue, but also the issue of voter apathy will be an interesting one as well. We are waiting to see how these votes will turn out, but I will speak to one of the young people who stay around here in Cape Town. Say, we spoke earlier on and you told me that you did not cast your ballot yesterday, and when I asked you why, you said for obvious reasons. Can you elaborate to me about it?
Well, obviously we know, hi everyone, hi to your listeners. So obviously the weather was not on our side yesterday. That also caused a problem to show up. And then also another thing is like, we don't know who to vote for. Service delivery has been poor for the past few years. So voter confidence is down the drain. I myself am a young student in South Africa, and I don't know who to vote for because I don't feel that I'm being helped in any way. So voter confidence, there's a lot of mistrust in the political parties that be. And that is a big problem.
Interesting that you talk about the poor service delivery. Most people are saying Cape Town is a well-governed city. Can you talk to us about that, especially in the service delivery?
Okay, I mean, we do know Cape Town is, so to speak, well-run, as they say. But we have a major problem in Cape Town, being that housing is expensive, or well, just property in general in Cape Town is extremely expensive. If we look at a one-bedroom flat in Cape Town compared to a one-bedroom flat in Johannesburg, the price difference, it doesn't make sense. It's like maybe 4,000 Rand more in Cape Town. So I mean, in terms of, I do see a good initiative that they brought through with this community care project, with the housing projects. But in that case, we need to tick the boxes. So now they want me to have children first. They need me to be married and think. I need to study. I need to get to school. I'm living 4 people in a 1-bedroom on the floor. So it's hard, you know. There's no other ways and means for me to get a place to stay. So I need to just kind of, you know, take what I get. But yeah.
And also as a young person, not casting your ballot, but maybe do you think this means for a few future generations? Because most people are discouraged and
yeah, that's very true. It's obviously not a good example. We need to participate, and that is obviously what is going to create change for us. We should also encourage the younger generation to be a part and also to kind of spur the conversation, the political conversation, so that we know who next to vote for. But currently my feeling is that, you know, whoever we put in charge, they are there for themselves, they are there for self-gain, and yeah, it's just a bit tough. You just don't know who to go for.
What would it take for you to vote for someone? How can someone convince you?
Yeah, I always believed that, you know, we have got a lot of resources, but I just think that it's obviously distributed and misused. For me, if a political party can come through and say, look, we want to bring forth a universal basic income, where just as a SASSA grant, but it's a bit way much more than a SASSA grant, where, you know, if you're living in South Africa and you're over the age of 18, you get maybe a card that there's 1,500 on that card, where you can use it at the shop, right at the Pick and Pay, only at those things, so that at least we have money. Because I mean, we do know that the resources are being used, you know, wrongly. We've seen that the stadium has been built. It doesn't look like a stadium at all. So these are the things that's obviously causing a lot of mistrust in the government that be. So, yeah.
Okay. And also another young person that I want to speak to. Thank you so much for your insightful comments. They are really helpful, and they will make a difference in our community. So, Klobam, did you vote yesterday? For you.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I did vote yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did vote yesterday. They in Delft, and I vote just because I want to see more changes here in South Africa. Yeah, this is South Africa. This is my country, so I have to vote.
Okay. And also in Delft, if you can talk to us about Delft, what are some of the problems there to someone who doesn't know Delft?
I wish I can use it closer. There in Delft, there's more robbery in Delft. Abantwana abancinci babulalana, ukutshaya intsangu, isiyobisi, kubanjwa inkunzi. Asowish into ezinjalo zingazama ukuphela because of benza loo nto akho umsebenzi. Asowish bazothola imisebenzi sonke abantu basipana. As you can see me,
Well, unfortunately, losing that connection there to Atule Joka and getting some perspective, interesting perspectives from young people in Cape Town there in the Western Cape. And of course, hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him. But interesting input being made by the young people. The second one still talking to us about Delft and some of the issues around crime and, of course, substance abuse in that area. Some of the issues young people are up against. But the previous one, speaking about what some of the probable solutions could be, talking about a card that could be loaded with, say, 1,500 Rand, alluding to something that some may say points to that basic income grant that has become quite a talking point in the country. But we are staying in the Western Cape.